A worker honeybee can produce approximately 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey in its entire lifetime. And most people think harvesting their own honey is impossible for them. The truth is that you don't need your own land, farm, or garden to be a beekeeper and to harvest your own honey. I live in an apartment in the city and I have 6 hives that I tend to. Today I'm going to show y'all how I did my first spring honey harvest, and I'm going to show y'all exactly how much honey I was able to get and how many bees it took to produce it. We outside. About to do the damn thing. Look at this beautiful lavender field. It's majestic. Look at those little butterflies flying around. But anyways, I live in the city and I do not have space, but a friend of mine let me put bees on his farm. So that's how I have my bees out here, and I see a ton of bees in this lavender section. So I'm excited because I know that the honey should be lavender heavy, and I grabbed a little bit for myself because it just smells so good. All right, I'm here with my beekeeper friend to start the extraction process. He's gonna help me getting the extractor out that he's letting me borrow, and I'm gonna go back over to my hive and start getting some more of the frames out. So I made it back over to my hives. I'm taking a couple frames out of this hive. This is creme brulee. So I'm taking some of the honey frames out. Here is one of the main frames that I'm taking. I'm only using about 3 frames for my extraction today, but this one has mostly honey on it and a little bit of resources. And here's one more look at the beautiful farm where my bees live. I got my honey extractor. I got some frames over here. I got some honey. Got my filtering system. I'm excited. I'm just about to get to it. I gotta cut it and then put them in the extractor to stick. And yeah, we'll see how it actually goes, but it should be cool. In order for me to get the honey, I have to cut off these wax cappings that the bees put over their honey. So originally when bees get their nectar, they'll bring it back to the hive and collect their nectar from plants and trees. And they'll dehydrate it with their wings. They'll flap their wings until the honey or the nectar gets below a certain water content, and then they'll cap it with wax. So what I'm doing is taking off the wax capping so that the honey can be exposed. And when I put it in this machine, it'll be spun out. This is another tool that you can use to kind of just scrape underneath the actual cap if it's not coming off. This part was really fun for me. Hopefully it's not too boring to watch, but it was very satisfying to cut the cappings off and to see the honey start dripping and flowing down the frames. And yeah, I was able to start to see what the honey actually looked like and the color and everything. And it also smelled so good throughout this entire process. Frame number 1, done. All right, I got my frames in the extractor. I'm about to spin it. That was low-key harder than I thought to cut the frames, to cut the cappings off of them. So hopefully I did it right. Hopefully some honey will come out when I spin it, but we'll see. There's some extra honey in there that like dripped off. I don't know if you can see, but that's gonna sift through and I'll be able to get that honey later, because it also has right here, I can open that and let the honey flow through it. So my friend has a really good setup that he's letting me use, and I'm gonna start spinning, get to it. Take them out. You can already see that there's honey gathering. You can already see the honey start to gather in it, in the bottom, and it'll run from the sides down, collect at the bottom. Now I just gotta flip them out and do the same process. So I spun all the frames in the extractor, and here is what the honey is looking like so far. Now that I got these frames, the honey out of them, I'm just gonna set them outside, and then some nearby bees will come and clean them up. These bees and a whole lot more showed up within minutes. The next step, which is crucial and should not be forgotten, is just some disinfecting. So I'm cleaning out my honey bucket, which is where my honey is going to go before I fill it with all of the glasses. And then I'm also going to clean my glassware, so some of the jars that I'll also be putting some of my honey into. Alrighty, I got a little excited here, not gonna lie, I made a mistake. So I had all the honey in my gate, my extractor, and I was like, alright, bet. Let's fill it up. Let's do the damn thing. Oh, immediately remembered. I forgot a step. So what I needed to do is what I'm doing here. I had to go get a filter. And this is important because when I was cutting off the honey cappings and the wax from the frames earlier that you saw, a whole lot of stuff gets into it, like just random wax, and obviously you don't want to be eating in your honey. You think of honey, you have a clear bottle of honey. So all I'm doing now is filtering this honey and some of the wax that was in it through a filter before it goes into my actual bucket. And this process that you're looking at now took about 10 to 20 minutes. Alrighty, now that we got all of that filtering out of the way, you can see this beautiful honey. It's got a nice like amber color to it, so it's finally all there. Now I'm getting into, this was emotional for me, my actual first jar of honey that I'm getting from my extraction. So I had to open up this little, it's called the honey gate, but you can pretty much open and close it and lock it. And now I can let the honey flow freely into my first mason jar of honey. So this was really exciting for me. Even watching it now, it is a bit unbelievable just because I've been beekeeping for, I don't know, over a year, getting close to a year and a half now. But yeah, just to be able to see some of the actual work come to, oh yeah, I dropped it in there, my dumb ass. I fished it out though, and was able to go out to the field and enjoy my honey bottle. I really got my first bottle of honey, my first jar, my first pound. Put a lot of effort in, and I've done nothing compared to the bees, bruh. So shout out to the bees. The sun is shining now, so it's looking great. So I came back the next day because I had some plans for the remainder of that day, and I came back with smaller jars. These are about half-pound jars, mason jars, and started filling up all the jars of honey. So this was nice to be able to actually just get it all jarred up. I did the same process of disinfecting these jars as well. I don't think I recorded it, but got all these filled up and moved on to putting the lids onto them next. So got all those together, and yeah, finally finished packing my honey. All right, I got my honey. I got all of it packed up. It's total of about a little over 7 pounds, but I'm happy with it. I gotta go throw some frames back into my hive that I took out for the extraction, but man, I just cleaned for like 3 hours. I'm tired. It is a process to clean, and I know next time I'll know next time a little bit more on how my process should go and move, but whew, I'm so tired and it is so hot out here, so I'm about to wrap it up. So like I said earlier, I got just about 7 pounds of honey, probably a little bit over, but we'll call it 7 pounds. So I wanted to do a quick calculation of how many bees it took to produce all this honey. So I'm gonna show y'all real quick what I came up with. Alrighty, like I said earlier, one bee can produce about 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey. And so 1 teaspoon takes about 12 bees to produce, which is crazy. That's their lifetime work. Alrighty, and 6 teaspoons equals 1 ounce. and there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. Therefore, 6 times 16 is 96 teaspoons in 1 pound. I got about 7 pounds, so 7 pounds, and multiply these, that equals 672. But I got a little bit over 7 pounds, so we'll round it up to 700. And this is teaspoons. So a little over 7 pounds of honey is about 700 teaspoons, and we just got to convert it. 1 teaspoon equals 12 bees, so 700 times 12 bees. That is about 8,400 bees lifetime's work. I wanted to do that calculation to just get a little bit of a better visual representation for exactly how many bees it took to get the little over 7 pounds that I got. So yeah, probably between 8 to 10,000 bees, their whole lifetime's worth of work, which is crazy to me and makes me very grateful. And hopefully I can put some kind of visual up to show what 8 to 10,000 units of anything looks like, just for your reference. But yeah, anytime I eat honey now, or next time you have honey, you can kind of think about how many bees it took their whole lifetime working just to get that little bit of honey for you. So this teaspoon is about 12 bees' entire lifetime worth of work. So definitely makes me more grateful and aware of the food that I'm eating, and definitely grateful for the bees and all that they do. And I'm looking forward to my next summer harvest as well. I'm gonna leave a lot of the honey for the bees to survive the winter, but I'll be taking a little bit more from some of my hives. So I should be getting a lot more honey, and if you want to see that, definitely wait and stick around for that next video. Or if you want to see any of the other work that I've done on my hives and inspections, make sure to check them out on my channel. Thanks for watching.